Here's a fun democracy fact. In America, you can legally run for office, even get your name printed on the ballot, and the press will still treat you like you're in the witness protection program. You ever notice how we tell our kids, speak up, use your voice? But here in American politics, the adults get, speak up, unless you're not one of the two pre-approved teams, and then shut up and wait your turn, chump. See, that's one of the reasons that I think I should run. I think the voters deserve someone on the ballot who doesn't need corporate permission to speak. And the press should treat every candidate who makes the ballot like they exist, because the voters deserve at least that. We love to brag about this sacred cow called a free and fair press, right? The watchdog of democracy, the truth teller, the independent guardian of the public square. Yeah, about that. The truth is, if you're not on the red or blue team, the press treats you like a Bigfoot sighting. Blurry, rare, and usually followed by someone whispering, it's probably fake. And that's one of the reasons that I think I shouldn't run. Every media outlet, even the local ones, will pretend my political voice ranks just below the level of an unconfirmed UFO sighting, and is therefore not news. Instead, the press picks winners and losers before the voters even get to the ballot box. And that's why you should be pissed off. Let's pull the tarp off of the media circus and show how it really works. Yes, legacy media, broadcast news, newspapers, has a blacklist. Not written down, not spoken out loud, but still very real. And it works like this. If you're not a duopoly approved candidate with a prepackaged slogan and a corporate sponsor glow up, you don't exist. They pretend you're not running. They pretend your ideas don't matter. And the algorithm, the digital bouncer of modern politics, says, oh cool, we're pretending that person doesn't exist? I can do that. And that's why you should be pissed off. Even the local outlets are playing along. Local. The people who are supposed to know their own damn neighborhoods. Local journalism should elevate community voices, but most local outlets outsource their election coverage to national narratives because they're too scared to color outside the red-blue lines. And that's why you should be pissed off. The GOP screams fake news like they're freedom fighters for truth, while simultaneously begging for flattering coverage like prom queens tugging at the photographer's sleeve. But the moment they actually get friendly headline, suddenly the media is doing important work. The GOP doesn't hate the media, they just hate when the media makes them look bad. That's not principle, that's addiction, and that's why you should be pissed off. Flip the coin, and the Democrats preach, we are the champions of diverse voices, like it's a sacrament. But apparently that diversity stops right before someone challenges their monopoly on approved progress. And if you try to introduce a voice from outside the duopoly, they both turn into bouncers guarding the VIP lounge. And that's why you should be pissed off. Now let's talk algorithms, because they aren't neutral, and they never were. They're more like a petty mall cop. Sorry, sir, you're not on my list. Could you step aside so I can boost another manufactured outrage clip? Tech platforms should amplify candidates based on public interest and engagement. But algorithms follow media coverage like a lost puppy. If the press pretends you don't exist, the platforms will too. And that's why you should be pissed off. Elections should offer real choices. Instead, every election becomes a sad remake where your choices are red talking point A or blue talking point B. Two pre-approved talking points wrapped in patriotic branding, reheated every 2 years and served like a kid's menu, and endlessly regurgitated on cable news by people who think objectivity means taking turns being wrong. And that's why you should be pissed off. Let's zoom out. I think I should run because someone needs to puncture the press, the silence that the press protects. A functioning democracy should sound like a crowded marketplace, voices everywhere. Instead, ours sounds like a ringtone selection screen. Would you like the red siren or the blue siren? It's a rigged playlist with only 2 songs, on loop, and every DJ in the booth insists it's just what the people want. And that's why you should be pissed off, because someone has to break the silence. Someone has to prove you don't need permission from a corporation, a PAC, or a party overlord to speak to your own neighbors. And that's why I also think that I shouldn't run, because running in this system feels like you're trying to get a word in at a family dinner where the parents never shut up and the kids are not allowed to talk. The press will bury the story, the algorithm will shovel the dirt, and the voters will be told, there's no third option with a straight face, and that's why you should be pissed off. Here's the kicker. Most Americans want new voices. Hell, most Americans are starved for a new voice, but the press keeps serving the same warmed over leftovers and calling it a buffet. We're stuck in a democracy where visibility isn't earned, it's assigned. And that's both exactly why this miniseries exists and why you should be pissed off. So should I run? Yes, because the voters deserve an option that isn't pre-approved by the party's marketing committee. And no, because the press will work overtime to pretend that I don't exist. So here's the real question. Do you want leaders or do you want an inventory? Do you want real choices or just better packaging? Drop your take below. Share this with someone who's sick of being handed the same red-blue leftovers. If you're tired of the media's invisible hand on your ballot. And let's find out whether the algorithm pretends you don't exist too. Because if the only candidates you ever see are the ones that the system wants you to see, you're not choosing. You're being managed. And that's why you should be pissed off.